Are you prepared for winter? Idiot. What? Well, if you're not prepared, you could catch a cold, get stuck, and even have to be plucked off the mountain by mountain rescue. And if nothing else, it won't be that fun. So get kitted out with the following tips and be ready for those gnarly conditions. First of all, I make sure my bag's waterproof. Believe it or not, these canvas camera bags aren't that waterproof. There's nothing worse than hiking in the rain knowing that all your kit's getting wet. This bag comes with one built in, and it means that all my camera kit will stay dry when it's pouring down with rain. My hiking bag is a lot smaller than my camera bag, but I can still fit my camera inside it. And it still comes with a wet weather cover. This one's not attached, so it's easy to lose, but I always try and make sure I've got it with me. One other thing to think about is, where is your camera? If you don't have it to hand, you could really miss out on some really nice shots. James Popsis said in one of his videos recently that if you're out, your camera should be out. And this is so true. This capture clip you see a lot of photographers using is for this very reason. The camera's there and it's ready to go. And I use it whether I'm hiking or on a photo shoot. I actually went on a shoot recently where I'd forgot to reattach it to my bag after cleaning it, and I missed so many shots. Now, if you do use one of these capture clips, make sure you've got some space in your bag. If it starts to pour down, you'll want to pack it away so it doesn't get soaked. They are expensive, but are well worth it. And if you're thinking of a way to have your camera ready, do yourself a favor and get one of these clips. When it comes to what you wear, this is extremely personal to each and every one of you, and also dependent on how cold it gets. But you need to layer up no matter whether you're hiking or taking photographs. When on a photo shoot, I'll have a base layer, then hiking trousers, I'll then have a t-shirt, a jumper, and then a double layered jacket, then some thick hiking socks and some decent walking boots. The differences are the types of layers you end up wearing. They're similar, but not the same. Now again, what you wear on your feet can be quite personal. What works for me might not work for you. I have a set of these Merrell boots. I can't remember what model they are, but they work for me. The key is to try some boots and make sure they work for you, and make sure they give you as fewer blisters as possible. There's nothing worse than being uncomfortable miles away from your car. When I'm hiking, I tend not to wear a base layer on the bottom half. No, I mean I wear trousers with not a base layer. Stop being silly. And I'll normally have a jumper or an extra layer in my bag just in case it gets really cold or I get held up, so I keep warm no matter what. I also have some waterproofs just in case I get caught in a downpour. There's nothing worse than having wet legs when either hiking or on a shoot. As for your hands, I used to use normal gloves, but taking them on and off can be a pain. And it's surprising when you're at a really exposed spot how cold they can get. But after finding these gloves with removable tips, these are absolutely fantastic, both for hiking and for photography. I have these ones from Valorette, and it makes operating the camera really easy. There are different brands, and I've linked a few different ones in the description below. I even use them when just hiking. It means I can use my phone easily and any GPS unit I might have as well. Now this next one's more for photography than hiking, but I suppose if you use a GPS unit or you use your phone for navigation, it's well worth thinking about. I've had drones that have refused to launch, ones that have drifted off with the wind, and also batteries in my camera that just haven't turned on. So if you're going out on a particularly cold day, make sure your batteries are charged for one, but also keep them in your inner pockets. I bought this cheap jumper for this very thing. It has zippable pockets in it so I can keep all of my batteries in here. Now, if you do have issues with your batteries, I do have a little tip for you. And this may seem like a bit of a stupid tip, but I'm being completely serious here. Now this works especially with drone batteries, because once the temperature drops to a certain level, it can't give enough power to that drone to kind of hold it in the wind. Like I said earlier, I've had some that have blown away. So basically, you get your battery, you stick it in your pants. Just make sure no one's walking by as you're doing it, because you'll probably get a few weird looks. And also, don't leave them in your pants too long. If you're sweaty, you might get electrocuted. A few other things I bring with me are a hot drink, snacks, protein bars, a compass and a map of the local area. And a compass and a map, they're not going to switch themselves off. Also, if it's a particularly long hike or the location you wanted to do the shoot at is really far away, hiking poles are a must. These will help you get much further than you would normally. Then more specifically for photography, I'll have a lens blower and a lens cloth, and I'll actually take a sensor cleaning kit with me. It's amazing how much dust gets on that sensor, and I've been out in the field and used one of these successfully. At the end of the day, you need to be prepared for the conditions that you have, and don't be too proud to turn around and go home. I've done this a few times, and I'm kind of glad that I did. It's much better to stay safe than to get into danger and have to call mountain rescue for help. You just want to be prepared. I suppose a little bit like the Scouts. Not that bad after all. Now, it's one thing to take shots while you're hiking, but if you want to go from taking snaps to taking photographs that you'd be really proud of, click on this video next. In it, I show you a few techniques that'll push your photography to the next level.